Good day, I'm Tamar McHale and this is your JIS News for Thursday, April 14. In keeping with Prime Minister Andrew Holness's commitments, legislation to change how and when Jamaicans elect or can hold their public officials accountable are among government's legislative agenda for the 2016-2017 parliamentary year.
Parliament this year will see legislation to create fixed election dates and term limits for the Prime Minister. The impeachment legislation will provide for impeachment proceedings to be brought against corrupt public officials and parliamentarians.
Governor General Sir Patrick Allen made the announcement while delivering his throne speech at this morning's ceremonial opening of Parliament. He also announced legislation to replace the Queen with a non-executive president as head of state and plans to introduce the Integrity Commission Bill to establish a single anti-corruption body. Several pieces of legislation were announced to improve the country's crime-fighting and justice systems, including further amendments to the Dangerous Drugs Act.
Where there will be further amendment to give full legislation to marijuana to be used for the specified purposes.
In the meantime, the Governor General this morning announced that government's policies and programs for the 2016-2017 financial year would center on the theme of building a partnership for prosperity. Simone Wolf has more in this report.
Implementing a human capital management enterprise system is just one of the many initiatives to be pursued by the Andrew Holness-led government this financial year. This system will be used to make projections in training, availability of skills, compensation, and pensions.
This system, importantly, will also ensure that we meet our goals of fairness in the areas of gender and persons with special needs.
Other initiatives to be pursued include the implementation of an electronic one-stop-shop business registration system, creation of a single electronic window to simplify and automate import and export processes, and the rollout of an ICT program.
Government will also accelerate digitization and public records management through its records and information policy.
While outlining government's plans and programs for the financial year, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen also announced plans to expand access to education, quality healthcare, housing, and potable water.
Particular focus will be on the following. 1. The Rio Cobre water treatment plant development. 2. The Rio Bueno water treatment plant development. And 3. The Soapberry wastewater treatment plant expansion.
He also announced the government's plan to drive the growth agenda with tourism, agriculture, transport, and mining among the key sectors targeted. At the same time, he said social security and welfare of vulnerable groups would be addressed through improvements to the National Insurance Scheme and PATH program, as well as increased support to GOVT to assist needy students in accessing tertiary education. Waste management and the environment are also priority areas of focus. Simone Wolf reporting for JIS News.
And following this morning's ceremonial opening of Parliament, government tabled its budget for the 2016-2017 financial year.
You will see that the budget is in fact very modest. In fact, in nominal terms, it's actually lower than last year. So that gives you a sign that we are not on any excursion to spend recklessly, but rather what we have to do is to spend more smartly and make sure that every dollar is accounted for in a productive way.
The estimates of expenditure will now be reviewed by the Auditor General from April 14 to 28, while the Standing Finance Committee of the House will meet to consider its contents from May 3 to 5 before the budget debate opens on May 12. In other news, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith says her ministry has taken concrete steps to address the recent denial of entry of Jamaicans into Trinidad and Tobago. She was speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing and said that, among other things, a letter was written to Trinidad's Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Dennis Moses. Additionally, the Jamaican High Commissioner to Trinidad, David Prendergast, has been asked to investigate the matter and provide reports.
It was made clear that Cabinet is concerned that despite the level at which previous discussions took place and the positions adopted, the issues continue to recur. I have asked my counterpart to indicate specific timelines within which his government or its agents, whether CAL or the Airports Authority of TANDT, will address the matters.
She reminded that CARICOM nationals have the right of entry into member countries under the revised Treaty of Chagaramas. And finally, the government will be helping to boost the technical capacity for the management of the Long Pond and Monimusk sugar factories amid their financial challenges. Information Minister Senator Ruel Reid made the announcement in Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing. He advised that Cabinet reviewed and agreed to the decision, which is aimed at protecting the domestic economy and small and medium-sized cane farmers in the context of Jamaica's growth agenda.
It approved the Government of Jamaica intervention strategy in relation to the operation of Long Pond Sugar Factory through the Sugar Company of Jamaica, SCJ Holdings Limited, entering into an agreement with Everglades Farms Limited for the operation of the factory for approximately 3 months. It approved SCJ Holdings Limited subleasing the Monimus Sugar Factory, subject to agreement with Complant, and that Pan-Caribbean Sugar Company will hand over the factory to the Government of Jamaica, who will, through SCJH.
Senator Reid said that during the 2017 crop year, the owners of the Long Pond Sugar Factory will continue to work with the government in finding new partners so as to activate new revenue streams and resume operations of the factory in 2018. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thanks for watching.